ago. And so far, there's 100, 200 votes, and they say yes, all across the board. The people are in unison, but we have an issue here. Politics is not who you are. Politics is what you do. And so it's okay to disparage the Cruz camp. We all know of their sins. It's okay to disparage Cruz. But at the end of the day, if you're going to win over these voters who are crucial to us winning, because it doesn't matter what anyone says, and Trump is converting a lot of Democrats to independents, and people have never voted, but it will not be enough if we can't unify the already established base.
Right.
If we can't get the majority of these Cruz guys to abandon their never Trump thing, this whole effort is futile. I'm sorry to bust the bubble, but this whole effort is futile. So that's the bigger picture.
I think
is how do you be against Cruz, but for the people supporting him?
Right.
How can you pull them over? How can we, get them on our side?
That's going to be a very by the end of this month, we're going to figure out how we're going to have to do that, because obviously Trump is leading in a lot of these polls in the upcoming primaries, and we're going to have to figure out a way to bring these people in. But to be honest with you, most of the Trump supporters I've spoken to, they say, listen, if Trump's not the nominee, I will vote for whoever the Republican nominee. They're so dead against Hillary Clinton. And that's why it's so disgusting when I hear people that support Cruz say they will never vote for Donald Trump. And I say to myself, why wouldn't you vote? I was asking this from a gentleman on the street. I just happened to be talking to him. I said, why wouldn't you vote for Donald Trump? Do you know any of his policies? He goes, no, well, I don't need to read it. He's a liberal. I'm like, are you aware that most of his policies Ted Cruz has hijacked? And he was like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, well, and then I started spewing on his policies, and I go, don't you think that is a conservative policy? But he gave money to the Democrats. I go, yes, he gave almost 3 times as more money to the Republicans than he did the Democrats. He was a businessman working in a progressive New York City, trying to get stuff done to employ people. And this is what people don't realize. HC, I believe I heard on your show.
Yes, I have definitely something.
I heard on your show that you would not vote for Ted Cruz.
No, well, first of all, I want to congrats I'm sorry, I can't think of your name right now. Victor, what you just said. In fact, my next episode is titled Friendly Fire. And it addresses the fact that supporters are attacking each other like we're, Democrats versus Republicans, and it's the general election all over again. But the truth is that as soon as the nomination is done, shit's going to be awkward. It's going to be like an 8th grade dance, and everyone's on, each side of the gym just looking at each other going, what do we do? Everyone's already blocked on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody's talking to each other already. Right. So it's going to be really freaking weird. Like, we don't need any more fences to mend.
That's pretty funny.
Now,
quickly here, the board's a little... I
supported Ted Cruz.
Go ahead.
Oh, I supported Ted Cruz for senator.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do my research on him. After finding out and doing all the in-depth research and finding out that he is literally a Bush neocon with the same foreign policies and funded by the same people, it's going to be very tough.
Right.
But I would have to be mentally retarded to not vote for the Republican candidate.
Right. Okay. I thought I heard on your show. I thought I heard on your show that you would not vote for Ted Cruz, but I stand corrected. I'm sorry. At this time, I want to ask, before I go to Kotcha Lee, I want to take this phone call now. His name is, Wyatt McKee. He's been on the show before, actually. He's calling in. Welcome to the Sound Majority, man. How you been?
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I was running a mile while I was listening to your show, and I just got done, so I called in.
Awesome. If you guys don't know who Wyatt is, he's basically 19 years old. He's 19, right? You're a conservative 19-year-old.
No, I'm 17.
Oh, 17. Sorry, I stand corrected. 17 years old. I had him on my show. I mean, the guy sounds like, I'm sorry, you sound very mature. You sound like you're in your 20s, but he's a conservative. He gives us hope for the future. But how you been?
I've been good. Right now, on a not political side, I've just been getting my real estate license, and on the political side, I don't know if I told you, but I'm 12 chapters into my book that I'm writing.
Okay.
Hopefully, it will be published next year. Called Millennial Politics, and I wrote it for reasons because kids my age don't know what the hell they're talking about because they just like Bernie. Because it's kind of like a trend. Right. It's disgusting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And have you been listening to the show? Do you want to touch on one of the topics we were discussing on the show?
I think you guys might have been talking about, Ted Cruz and Donald Trump and kind of in rallies and things like that. And I just think something that I wanted to talk about was how people, you talked to that guy on the street and you're like, oh, I don't know who he liked, but you're like, well, know anything
Cruz.
about their policies? And they're like, no. Right. Yeah, Ted Cruz. And he's like, no, I don't. And I don't care who you like. I am not biased whatsoever, but I don't care who you like. Even if you like Hillary Clinton, I'd be like, okay, well, why do you like Hillary Clinton? And they're like, oh, she's just a powerful girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the hell does that mean?
Right. Right.
So I just
the power of a vagina.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're gonna have to censor this guy.
Yeah, go ahead, White.
I don't care who you support, because whatever you believe in, I'm going to respect that. Mm-hmm. But at least give me some facts and some detail of why you believe in that. And it's just disgusting. Like, oh, this is why I'm writing the book, is because people don't really know what to believe in. They just kind of grow up conservative. They grow up liberal, right. And that's why you see states and you see states that are liberal and states that are conservative, because they just grow up whatever their parents believe in. So I'll say the first chapter is gun control, right. And I stated the liberals' view on gun control and conservative view on gun control, and I'm gonna let them pick for themselves. Right.
So, well,
that's why I'm writing it.
We're looking forward to it. We got to get going here, but I want to thank you for calling. And you bring up a good point about making people debate you intelligently. And I say that to my kids all the time. I said, if you're gonna say you don't like something, give me a reason why you don't like it. Don't just say you don't like it because your friend doesn't
Absolutely.
like it. And that's a great point that you bring up. And I'm looking forward to that book. And I want to have you co-host here soon with me, so you can spend a little bit more time with me. But I want to thank you for calling.
Yeah, just give me a call when you want me to co-host. Absolutely.
You got it, brother. Take care. So there you have it. You have a 17-year-old conservative Kotcha Lee. Doesn't that give you hope for the future?
Smart kid.
It does. It absolutely does. It's pretty cool.
You have a 17-year-old who's writing a book.
I did want to... I know, it's kind of
it's crazy.
Pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kotcha. Go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt
Proud
you.
mom and dad, I bet, out there.
Yeah.
I did want to say, though, talking about all this never Trump, everybody's against this and that. One thing I think that is so incredible that I think people miss is that the reason why we collectively are doing so incredibly well, think about, we're having this incredible conversation tonight. We're coming together from all different socioeconomical backgrounds, education, et cetera. And, you see that in the polls, how he polls from everywhere, mm-hmm. Pretty evenly as well. And it's because we're for something. We believe in something that's bigger than us. This is our country. Right. And that we believe that we want to close our border down so that we can give Americans the dream instead of giving it to everybody else in the entire world. We have these things that he talks about. We've all sat around our kitchen tables for years and talked about all these problems, and we wish somebody would do something and nobody would. And that is what the power of Mr. Trump, he's our messenger. Mm-hmm. He is saying what we think in our mind, and that is why we are for him. These other folks, they're against him, but they can't even articulate why they're against him. You go out, they talk to these protesters, they talk to all these different folks. People don't know why, because somebody gave them money to say it, or just because, he's a liberal. I mean, it's nonsense. It makes no sense, so they don't have any power. Right. We are the ones that really do have the power, and I think that as we continue to move forward, people are really starting to recognize how much power that we do have, because we're all saying the same thing, and we actually believe it. Yeah. We are living it, and we're actually doing something.
Kotcha,
and I just want you guys to know I'm so proud to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you. I'm proud to have you on the show again with all my. You listen to the Silent Majority here. I'm your host, Cris, and on the Rebooting Liberty Hotline, I have co-hosts Kotcha Lee, Victor. I have HC, and yeah, you make up a good point. You bring up a good point. I always say, when I'm at work and they start talking politics, I clear out a room because I start spewing facts of why I don't like a person, and they don't like it, and they just like, I can't take this, and they just leave. It's once you're armed with facts, You can beat anybody down with debates. And sure, they might not agree with certain things, but the bottom line is this.
Can I say something?
Come at me with facts. Go ahead.
Yeah, so facts are so important whenever it comes to this. And you're right on, man, whenever you refer to that and to talking to people. And, if you're on Twitter, you guys have encountered Cruz bots. I know you have. And they're sometimes hard to deal with. But I've learned, and this is something we could say for another show because we're running out of time, right? But
you're right.
I've learned a technique to actually engage with these guys and shut them down in an intelligent way. And all the readers are beginning to come. They're prone to listen and to follow me. Yeah. I think that's something that we need to talk about sometime soon. Is what does the language sound like that wins over the Cruz supporters and turns a Cruz supporter into a Trump voter? Yep. What's that language look like? Yeah. And I think that would be a really interesting topic.
Go ahead, HC, quickly, because we're running out of time.
Well, the way to encounter a Cruz voter is to just constructively debate with them. Like I don't resort to personal attacks or anything except for sending them memes of Cruz that I like to Photoshop, and I certainly love to mess with Ted Cruz.
That is not my. By the way, that is not my.
Here we go again.
That is not my soundboard. That is HC's soundboard.
That's mine. That's mine. But anyway, the idea is to just remain positive. Give them facts. Mm-hmm. And they're going to sit here and they're going to act like monkeys and throw shit at you just constantly. And, hashtag wars and shit.
I love this guy.
Just give them facts.
That's exactly right.
They're going to stand there like monkeys throwing shit at you.
And, I want to say before we go, just really quick before we go, and I won't say nothing else, I promise.
Okay.
It's okay to compliment a Cruz supporter. You know what? I'm on Twitter, and I tell them, you're intelligent. I believe you looked into what you did. I just don't agree with it. And there might be more information out there. But you're an intelligent person. That has won over so many people. And at the very least, it has shut down so many bots. It's ridiculous. Because what they want is combative. Right. What they want is angry. They want to prove they're out. They're on a mission.
Right.
But if what you give them is just reason, intelligence, calm, and then occasionally compliment them. Hey, these are people. Politics is not who you are. It's what you do. You can still be okay with the person and against their politics.
All right. Well, I want to apologize to all the calls that are still on the line. I'm sorry I didn't get to you. I might have to extend my show by an hour in a couple of months. The call boards are lit up. I'm sorry I didn't get to you, but I promise you tomorrow I am back live at 7 p.m. And Kotcha Lee, my co-host. In closing, what do we have to do to unify the CruzCrew and the Trump train? Give us in 30 seconds. What do you think we have to do?
Well, I'm just not sure that we're ready to do that yet, because there's so much hard feelings and there's so much drama that's going on, and it's really not between me and the Cruz person over here. It's really the media, it's the propaganda machine, it's the people trying to stir it up between the two of us.
Right.
And we're going to have to get our heads out of that. And I'm really concerned about it. I agree with you all. Y'all are right. There's a problem, and we're going to have to figure it out. And to be honest with you, I don't know the answer yet.
Okay. All right. Cool. Kotcha Lee, give everybody your Twitter information, stuff like that, so they can follow you on Twitter.
Kotcha. My Twitter handle is Kotcha, Kotcha 301. Get on there and follow me, and I'll follow you back.
Also, Victor Breaux, tell us, where can people follow you?
It's really simple. At Victor Breaux on Twitter.
Spell Breaux
all the time.
Spell Breaux for the people.
Breaux. It's spelled kind of weird, but once you got it, you got it.
Awesome. And HC, tell us about your show and give us your Twitter handle.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is @HardcoreRep, and my show is Hardcore America. I'm the host. You can find it on Spreaker. You just search for Hardcore America or visit my Twitter.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening in. Again, follow me on Spreaker. Go to Spreaker.com today. Download the app. Follow me there. I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers. I want to get featured on iHeartRadio. Get our message heard even more. And I want to let you know you can follow me on Twitter at ThePatriot143 or at NMP Radio, stands for New Media Patriot Radio. And follow and visit our website, newmediapatriotradio.com. And if you want to get your voice heard, you want to be a guest on the show, email us at newmediapatriot@gmail.com. And in the words of Ronald Reagan, everybody, it's time for choosing. So long. See you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.